The story begins in a theater where a crowd of people is enjoying a film. The projectionist Paul is in the other room controlling the projections. He has a headlamp on his head to help him see through the dark cinema hall. Paul is a massive bookworm and loves to read while he is at work. Today we see him reading a mystery book called The Lost Colony of Roanoke, in which the people of a town disappear mysteriously. When he gets up to push some buttons in the control panel, the lights suddenly go off, leaving the theater in complete darkness. Thankfully, Paul has his headlamp, which he uses to walk inside the theater room. He then walks out to the hallways and the emergency lights come on after a few seconds. But to his surprise, the place that was filled with people a few seconds ago is now completely empty. The hallway is filled with people's clothes and popcorn boxes on the floor, as if all of them disappeared at once. He runs down the hallway calling for his colleagues and meets a security guard with a torchlight who is just as confused like him. Both of them walk around the place looking for people. The guard heads to the dark corner of the stall after hearing something, but his torchlight stops working midway and he too vanishes. When Paul looks back at him, the guard is gone and his clothes and shoes are on the floor. On the other side, somewhere else in a hospital, a nurse named Rosemary is distraught because of a similar event. The place is dark and no one is around except for her. She walks down the hallway with a torchlight, but finds no one. Rosemary hears soft moans from the operation room and goes there to see who it might be. There she finds a patient on the bed. His body has been cut as if the surgeons left him mid-surgery. All of a sudden, the lights of the room go out and before the emergency light kicks in, the patient disappears. A terrified Rosemary starts being worried for her baby named Manny. The next morning, a TV reporter named Luke Ryder wakes up and finds that his partner hasn't returned home. He has lighted up candles on his side table in anticipation of a night of passion with his girlfriend Paige. This is probably the reason he hasn't vanished like the rest. Luke also notices his phone is out of battery and the power is out. Ignoring everything, he dresses up and goes outside without noticing anything strange and unusual. He saw the streets filled with abandoned cars and clothes. Being confused, he starts looking around and witnesses a plane crash nearby to which nobody responds. Not knowing what to do, he rushes to his office and sees the situation is similar. All this time, he doesn't notice a subtle shadow following him. Luke discovers the power is out even at his office and none of the phones work. He then looks at a picture of him and his girlfriend when suddenly a shadow outside the room catches his attention. After Luke leaves, we see darkness taking over the picture.